World War II, a global conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation, erupted in 1939, plunging the world into darkness. From the beaches of Normandy to the deserts of North Africa, from the rubble-strewn cities of Europe to the jungles of the Pacific, the war touched the lives of millions. This catastrophic conflict left an indelible mark on human history, shaping the geopolitical landscape for generations to come. The war was a clash of ideologies, a battle between democracy and tyranny. It pitted the Allied powers, led by Great Britain, the United States, and the Soviet Union, against the Axis powers, dominated by Nazi Germany, Imperial Japan, and Fascist Italy. The conflict was fueled by a complex web of factors, including the unresolved tensions from World War I, the rise of aggressive nationalism, and the Great Depression, which had crippled the global economy. The seeds of World War II were sown in the aftermath of World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, which officially ended the Great War, imposed harsh penalties on Germany. The treaty blamed Germany for the war and demanded crippling reparations payments, territorial concessions, and military restrictions. These punitive measures created resentment and instability in Germany, paving the way for the rise of extremist ideologies. In the 1930s, the global economy was plunged into the Great Depression. This economic crisis exacerbated existing social and political tensions, leading to widespread unemployment, poverty, and despair. In Germany, the economic turmoil created fertile ground for the rise of Adolf Hitler and his Nazi Party. Hitler promised to restore Germany to its former glory, exploiting nationalistic sentiments and preying on people's fears. On September 1, 1939, the world held its breath as Nazi Germany, under the command of Adolf Hitler, unleashed its Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, on Poland. This audacious attack marked the beginning of World War II in Europe. The German Wehrmacht, equipped with tanks, aircraft, and a ruthlessly efficient military doctrine, quickly overwhelmed Polish defenses. The invasion of Poland triggered a swift response from Great Britain and France, who had pledged to defend Poland's sovereignty. On September 3, 1939, both countries declared war on Germany, marking the start of a conflict that would engulf the world. The invasion of Poland set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the course of human history. The United States, initially hesitant to intervene in another European conflict, remained officially neutral during the early years of the war. However, the course of the war changed dramatically on December 7, 1941, when the Empire of Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The attack, which President Franklin D. Roosevelt famously called a date which will live in infamy, stunned the American people and galvanized support for war. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a pivotal moment in World War II. It brought the United States, with its vast industrial might and military resources, into the war on the side of the Allies. The United States' entry into the war proved to be a decisive factor in the eventual Allied victory. Section 5. Turning the Tide D-Day and the Liberation of France. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history, on the beaches of Normandy, France. D-Day, as it became known, marked a turning point in the war in Europe. The invasion, meticulously planned and bravely executed, established a crucial foothold in Western Europe, paving the way for the liberation of France and the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. The D-Day landings were a testament to the courage and determination of the Allied soldiers, who faced fierce resistance from the German defenders. The success of the invasion marked a turning point in the war, shifting the momentum decisively in favor of the Allies. Section 6. The Eastern Front, a clash of titans. While the war raged in Europe, a titanic struggle unfolded on the Eastern Front between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. The Eastern Front was the site of some of the largest and most brutal battles in human history, characterized by their ferocity, scale, and unimaginable human cost. The Battle of Stalingrad, fought between August 1942 and February 1943, was a turning point in the war on the Eastern Front. The battle, a brutal struggle for control of the strategically important city of Stalingrad, resulted in an estimated 2 million casualties. The Soviet victory at Stalingrad marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany's ambitions in the East. Section 7. Stories of valor, ordinary people, extraordinary courage. Amidst the horrors of war, countless acts of heroism and resilience shone through. Ordinary individuals, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, displayed remarkable courage, compassion, and selflessness. One such story is that of Irina Sendler, a Polish social worker who risked her life to save Jewish children from the Warsaw Ghetto during the Holocaust. Sendler, working with a network of courageous individuals, smuggled children out of the ghetto, providing them with false identities and placing them with Christian families. Section 8. The atomic bombs, a controversial end to a devastating war. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ushering in the terrifying age of nuclear warfare. The bombs, devastating in their power, brought a swift end to the war in the Pacific, but at a horrific cost. The use of atomic bombs remains a highly controversial issue to this day. While some argue that the bombings were necessary to end the war quickly and save lives in the long run, others condemn them as morally unjustifiable acts of terror that indiscriminately killed civilians. Section 9. A World Forever Changed. The Legacy of World War II. World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, finally ended in 1945, leaving a world forever changed. The war resulted in an estimated 40 to 85 million fatalities, devastated entire countries, and reshaped the geopolitical landscape. In the aftermath of the war, the victorious Allied powers established the United Nations, an intergovernmental organization dedicated to maintaining international peace and security. The war also marked the beginning of the Cold War, a geopolitical rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union that would shape the second half of the 20th century.